Welcome to our YouTube channel. We are now going to deal with problems regarding permutations and combinations, and we'll be answering exam exercises about these topics. Okay, what are the questions? First, how many even numbers less than 500 can be formed using the digits 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5? Each digit may be used only once in any number. So if you are going to study properly the question, there are three restrictions that is given. Number one restriction is it must be even number. Okay, that's the first restriction. The second restriction is it should be less than 500. Okay, so first is it should be even. Second, it should be less than 500. And the third one is it should be without repetition. Okay? Given that there are how many choices? There are 5. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. But remember to keep into your mind these three restrictions in solving this certain problem. Okay? If it is less than 500, it might be, or it can be a 3-digit number, it can be a 2-digit number, or it can only be a 1 single-digit number. Okay? So let's start putting in boxes for the 3-digit number. Okay? You can also have 2-digit number. And you can also have a single digit number. Okay, so this is the first one, the second one, and the third one. So remember, it says it must be even. Okay, from those 5 choices, what are the even numbers there? It's only 2 and 4. A number that ends with an even number, okay, is always an even number. That's why if I put in the ones digit for the choices over here, there could be only 2 choices. So I'll put in 2, 2, 2. Okay, because basically you only have 2 choices. Next, let's go to the 3-digit number first. On the 3-digit number, okay, if I have choices 2 and 4 for the first or the ones digit for that 3-digit number or a 100-digit number, okay, on my hundreds digit, okay, remember it should be less than 500, so it cannot be 5. Okay, it cannot be 5. This hundreds digit cannot be a 5 because it should be less than 500. It can be 4, it can be 3, it can be 2, it can be 1. But remember, you have chosen either 2 or 4 already there. Okay? On your first digit. So remember to remove that already. So I will be left with how many? If I will choose one of those 4, then I will be left with how many? 3 digits. Choice. Okay? Next. How about the middle digit? Okay, the middle digit is it can be 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. But remember, I have chosen 1 and 2. So I will be removing 2 digits already or 2 choices from those 5 choices. Okay, so I will be left with another 3. Next, let's go with the 2-digit number. Okay, on the 2-digit number, since I have taken 1, okay, 1 digit, and remember, a 2-digit number is always less than 500, so I don't have any restriction anymore other than choosing, okay, you have chosen one of those choices already, then I will be left with 4 choices. Okay, so this will be multiplied. For the 3-digit number, I can create 3 times 3 is 9 times 2 is 18 numbers. For the 2 digits number, then I can create here 8 numbers. Of course, for the one digit number, I can only create either 2 or 4. It cannot be 1, it cannot be 3, it cannot be 5 because 1, 3, and 5 are basically odd numbers. They are not even numbers. Okay? So I can create 18 3 digits number. Okay? I can create 8 2 digit numbers, and I can create 2 1 digit number. If you are going to answer letter A, you will just basically add all this. Why? I'm just going to get how many numbers. So in total, it will become 28 numbers that are less than 500, even, and I'm not repeating any number. Next, let's go to letter B. Letter B, a committee of 8 people is to be chosen from 7 men and 5 women. Total, 7 plus 5, there are 12 people. Okay, so I have 12 options. Next, I am going to fill in 8 slots from the to complete the committee. Okay, for number 1, the committee contains at least 3 women. So if at least 3 women, it can be 3 women, it can be 4 women, it can be 5 women. And also take note that if you're dealing with people, order does not matter. Okay, since order does not matter, okay, I am going to use, is it permutation or combination? Remember, permutation, order matters. Combination, order does not matter. So I'll be basically using combination. Okay, so answering number 1, I'll use combination. Remember, combination is NCR. N is the number of choices or the number of items. R is the number of slots that you're going to fill in. Okay. It says the committee contains at least 3 women. Okay, so it can be 3 slots for the women. It can also be 4 slots for the women. And remember, there are only 5 women, so it can also be 5 slots for the women. Okay, now how many women do we have? We have 5 women, 5 women, and 5 women. And remember, you need to add in. Okay, since you have 3 women here, you need 5 men. If you have 4 women here, you need 4 men. If you have 5 women here, you need 3 men. Okay, so C, 3, you add 5 to complete the 8 people. C, you add 4 to complete the 8 people. C, you add 3 to complete the 8 people. Okay, how many men do we have? 7 men, 7 men, 7 men. Okay, basically you will just get the values of this using your calculator. Okay, so since you're just going to use your calculator, it will be easier. So 5C 3 times 7 C 5, okay, will be 210. Okay, next I have 5 C 4 times 7 C 4, okay, I have 175, and I have 5 C, repeat, 5 C 5 times 7 C 3, I have 35. Okay, so all in all, basically we'll just add them. 210 plus 175 plus 35, you will get 420. Will get 4 marks. Okay, next let's go to letter B, number 2. Number 2, the oldest man or the oldest woman, but not both must be included in the committee. So, number 2 basically is a little bit tricky because you will consider the oldest man and you will consider the oldest woman. Okay, but they should not be part of the committee. They should not be both part of the committee. So it means if I selected the oldest man, I cannot select anymore the oldest woman. Okay? So, for example, let's go to selecting the oldest man first. If I have already selected the oldest man, then I will be left with how many people do we have? 12, right? But I cannot select the old woman, so I will be left with 10 items. Okay? Since I have already selected the oldest man, then I will be left with 7 slots to fill in. I repeat, I will be left with 7 slots to fill in because I already have selected the oldest man. Okay? Next, I will add this with the other situation. What's the other situation? The other situation is if I will select the oldest woman. If I select the oldest woman, I will be left with 7 slots. But remember, okay, remember that I cannot select the oldest man because they should not be both in the committee. So I will be having 10 choices. So 10C7 plus 10C7 is 10C7, 10C, 10C7 is equal to 120. 120 plus 120 is 240. As easy as that, you'll get 2 marks.